What's up, guys? Inferno Warrior 909 here, and I'm bringing you my deck profile of my Photon Galaxy deck for the TCG. Now, first off, I want to apologize that the quality seems a little bit low, but it's the best I could do right now, at least until I get a decent webcam. So please just bear with me. Hope you enjoy this deck profile, and here we go. All right, first off, we have 3 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons. It's one of the key cards of this deck. Some people, like, the norm is run 3. Some people run 2 to prevent it from being clogged, but 3 seems to be the normal, so run whatever you prefer. I run 3, and most other people run 3, so yeah. Then we have 2 Galaxy Knights. This is another key card of the deck. It's pretty much you normal summon it off of its effect, and you revive Galaxy Eyes from the grave, instant rank 8. So I'm testing out 2 right now. I had it at 3, so right now I'm testing it out at 2, see if that works a little bit better. It seems to be working. The last time I tested it out at 2, it seemed to work out okay, so we'll see what happens. Alright, next up we have 3 Galaxy Wizard. I cannot stress enough how much you need to run 3 of this card. This card is so good. Like, it's one of our searchers of the deck, and it can also go into level 8, combines with Galaxy Expedition or Galaxy Zero, whatever have you. Go into a rank 8 exceeds. So yeah, run 3. This is a must for this deck. Alright, next we have 3 Photon Thrashers. And pretty much special summon it when you have no other monsters on the field, and it combos well with the 2 Photon Crushers, his partner. Now I'm running these 2 in tandem because, you know, Galaxion is a thing, which I'll be getting to later on in the vid. But it can also make other rank 4 play. So yeah, but 3. You don't really need to run 3. You can run 3 if you want to, but just to make sure you have some reinforcements of the army in the deck just to search them out. Alright, next, the one Honest, because a light deck, of course, and the one Debris Dragon. Now, it was I was deciding between either Mass Chameleon or Debris Dragon. So, but I had Debris Dragon on hand. I don't have the Mass Chameleon on yet, but when I do get it, I'm gonna test it at my locals. Well, I'm gonna test it out online too. But the thing is, even though Debris Dragon is limited to 1, it's still very useful. Like, if you have another rank 8 on the field, you can pretty much, like, if you have Debris Dragon in your hand, you have a Wizard in grave, because the only target in this deck is Wizard. But it can still hit the grave pretty fast. But if you have another rank 8 on the field, like Prime Photon or something, and you have this in hand and a Wizard in the grave, you normal summon this, and you revive Wizard from the grave, you go into a rank 4, and if your opponent has like a monster on the field you need to get rid of, then you can just, like, 101 it or whatever have you. And it's also a good way to turn the duel around in your favor. So yeah. I'm currently just running him right now because honestly, I think he's a little bit better than Mass Chameleon, but it's up to you which one you want to run. All right, next up, moving on to spells. We have 3 MST because back row hinders us, so 3 MST is a must unless your opponent isn't running a whole bunch of back row. That's the only time I would even, like, side MST out. Then next we have 3 trade-in because, oh, there we go. Because, like most Galaxy players, we hate drawing into Galaxy Eyes. We don't want to draw into Galaxy Eyes unless we have something like Photon Sanctuary to make it live. So, yeah, if we draw into Galaxy Eyes, we're gonna want to send it to the grave. So, yeah, that's why I run 3. I did run 2, but only because of one card in particular, which is Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, which I don't have in this deck. But and because I didn't want to draw into that, I only ran 2. So now that I'm not running Rank Up Magic, the 7th one in my deck anymore, I'm running this at 3. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, next up we have 2 Galaxy Expedition. This is another key card of the deck. Control level 8 Photon or Galaxy monster, special summon another Photon or Galaxy monster that's level 5 or higher from the deck. It can combo. It definitely combos well for Galaxy Wizard and any other rank 8 you have, and any other Photon or Galaxy rank 8 you have in your deck. Like it can go for rank 5 plays, but I'm not gonna be doing any like rank 5 builds for this deck, at least until like the OCG Galaxy stuff gets over here, most namely Soldier. So yeah, for right now my deck is focused on rank 4 and rank 8. Alright, next we have 2 Galaxy Zeros, pretty much the monster reborn of this deck. Even though the effects are negated, you're not really gonna, like, your monster's not really gonna stick around for long unless your only option is to put up a wall in front of you and your opponent. Otherwise, your monster is pretty much gonna get sent back to the graveyard immediately, or it's gonna be used as overlay material. Alright, next we have 2 Photon Sanctuaries. This is mainly for like combos with Galaxy Knight and Galaxy Eyes to get it out of your hand. Also, it can be used with like 2 extra deck monsters in particular. I'll be getting to those a little bit later on in the video. Next off, we have 2 Forbidden Lances. Now, it was either this or Trap Stun. I've decided to put Forbidden Lance back in because it's a little bit more useful than Trap Stun, I think. Even though but don't get me wrong, Trap Stun is still good, but it's just that Forbidden Lance protects your monsters from like spells or traps like Compulse, Bottomless. It won't protect against Solemn Warning, but against like any other trap card that's not a speed spell 3, sorry. This will definitely help. So, yeah. Okay. And next up we have 2 reinforcements, Searching Out Thrasher and Crusher, of course. Then next up we have 1 Rank Up Magic Quick Chaos. I use this mainly with Galaxy Eyes and 107, of course. It's just you summon number 107, you detach a material, and if your opponent happens to activate a card effect, or if there's a mandatory card effect on their field, then Tachyon can attack twice, and then you overlay, and then you activate this and go into Chaos 107, Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, and that's pretty much game. Like if your opponent has like an empty field, that's at least 7,500 points of damage. So pretty much at that point you can just pretty much just win game there. And lastly, we have the 1 Soul Charge for the spells. This, and there's actually like some very good combos with this, besides just saving it for like mid game or late game. You can actually use this early game, like if you have this Photon Thrasher and a Photon Crusher, or any one of those 2 monsters plus a Rhoda in the hand. You can, so this is how it works. You Special Thrasher, normal Crusher, overlay for Galaxion, use its effect, get Galaxy Eyes from your hand hand or deck, sorry, and then you activate this, and then revive Thrasher and Crusher, go into your second Galaxion, and then grab your second Galaxy Eyes from the deck or the hand, and then overlay into any other rank 8, and then overlay into any rank 8 you choose. Personally, I go Felgrand because you can't attack the turn you use this card, of course. But there's also some other good combos. It combos well with Galaxy Wizard if you don't have the right card in hand, just so you don't leave yourself defenseless. Honestly, if this was still at 3, or if it was at 2, I would personally run 3 Felgrands, because like late game, if you have like 2 other Felgrands in your deck, you could just summon 2 Felgrands to your field, just like that, and just troll your opponent for days. But it's only the 1, so yeah. Alright, next up. Moving on to the spells. Traps, sorry. Man, I really need to just calm down a little bit. Anyways, you have 2 Called the Haunted. Very, very good card in Galaxy decks. I would recommend you at least run 1 of these, but run 2. like if you need the deck space, run one, but I personally recommend you run two of these because this is such a good card for Galaxy decks. Like OTK in particular, like you can just like if you know you're gonna go for that last push, this card can revive something from the grave and can push for that game. And it's also a searchable card. It's like for wizard, like for example, like you have wizard in your hand, you tribute it for, like on your first turn, you have wizard in your hand, you tribute it to get expedition in hand, you set this, you end turn, and then during your opponent's end phase, activate haunted, revive wizard. On your next turn, you tribute it. No, sorry. Depending on the situation at hand, you can either overlay it. Wait, sorry. You raise its rank up to rank 8, then go into Galaxy Expedition, special summon Galaxy Eyes, and then you go into your rank 8. And it's also good for a defense. Very, very good card in Galaxies. Alright, next we have 2 breakthrough skills for effect negation, because monster effects also hinder this deck too, like particularly Bear, 101, and stuff like that. So yeah, 2 breakthrough skills. Then just other staple traps like Bottomless, Solemn, and finally Compulse. Alright, moving on to the extra deck. We have 2 number 62s, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragons. This card, oh, I love this card so much. This is what Galaxy decks needed. And this pretty much makes Galaxy decks an OTK deck now. Like, by itself, it can go up to 5,600. But if you have, like, another rank 8 on the field, it can easily go up to 7,200. And also, you can do what's called the Prime Galaxion OTK, which is, you have to, you summon Galaxion, and then you summon your Galaxy Eyes. If you have, like, Expedition in hand, you summon your second Galaxy Eyes, or a Galaxy Knight, or whatever have you, and then overlay into Prime Photon, and if their field is empty, Prime Galaxion OTK. Okay, anyways, moving on, we have 2 number 107s. Now, I would run this at 1, but the reason I'm running 2 is because of Rank Up Magic Quick Chaos. So, just in case something happens to my first one, I can just go into my second one without too much worries. And then, from there, just, if I have Rank Up Magic Quick Chaos in my hand, just go into Neo Tachyon. And speaking of which, the only rank I running here, Neo Tachyon himself. This card is so good. Just, you attach 1 material, negate all effects on the field, negate all face-up cards on the field, and your opponent cannot activate cards on the field. A very, very good card to push for game. And a secondary effect is pretty useful too with Photon, like with Photon Sanctuary or whatever. But I don't find myself using it that much, but it's a pretty viable option. Like if your opponent has like 3 monsters on the field in attack mode, and you can summon this guy, and then you can summon Neo Tachyon. It's a pretty good way to go for game. I don't find myself using it that much, but hey, it's there. All right, next we have 2 Felgrins. 2 Felgrins is a must in this deck. But if you need the deck space, run 1. This deck is so much better with this card. Like, just negate your opponent's effects or make them immune. It's like it's very, very good card. Alright, anyway, I have 1 Heliopolis for destruction, combos with Photon Sanctuary. And finally, rounding out the rank 8s, 1 number 15, Gimme Puppet Giant Grinder. For destroying like special summon monsters, and if it's XD's monsters, they take damage equal to the monsters. Is it original? Yeah, original attack points. Alright, then finally rounding out the rank 4s, 2 Galaxions. I run 2 because of the reason I said earlier, like Like, in case something happens to the first one, you want to have just a second one just in case. And plus, it combos well with Soul Charge, so you can thin out your deck. Just get Galaxy Eyes out of your deck so you don't dead draw it into it later. Then next we have one Starleech Paladynamo for effect negation, and when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, it replaces itself by letting you draw a card. Alright, next, one Queen Dragon Djinn. Now I'm using this card until I get an Exciton Knight. Once I get an Exciton Knight, I'm gonna swap this card out. But overall, this card is actually pretty useful. And in that regard, I mean, if you have a way to summon this out, like for example, you have a Galaxy Zero in your hand, and then you draw into Debris Dragon, you can summon it, special wizard from your graveyard, go into this, revive your Galaxy Eyes from your graveyard. Or actually, a better example is if you have Expedition in your hand along with Debris Dragon. So you do what I mentioned earlier, and then you summon Galaxy Eyes with this effect. Activate Expedition, summon another rank 8 Galaxy or Photon monster from your deck, and then you can go into rank 8, and voila. Then finally we have one Heartland Draco, and finally round out the rank 8s, one number 101. All right. Let's go ahead and end the video off with. Just give me a second here. I'll go ahead and end the video off with the Galaxy Eyes family here. Let's see, a Prime Photon, Tachyon, and finally Neo Tachyon here. There we go. Alright guys, but this is going to be the end of my deck profile for my Photon Galaxy deck. Let me know what you think about it, and if you have any suggestions, comments, any ways to improve it, I'd really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed, like, leave a like and everything, I'd really appreciate it. And this is Infernal Warrior 909 signing off. See you next time. Hey guys, Infernal Warrior 909 back. And there was one thing I forgot to mention in the video. It was involving number 39, number 99, and Rank Up Magic, the 7th one. I actually ran these two guys in my extra deck for a while, along with this card to make it more viable, of course, because number 99 says you discard a Rank Up Magic spell card, and then using Utopia as the overlay material, you could go into this guy. Now I do use that combo in another deck, but that's another deck. I don't really use it for this guy, for him, because right now in my current build, because just to make this card viable and to have to waste 2 extra deck spaces is not really all that convenient. So that's the reason I took it out. But to be honest, the few times I ran it, it really wasn't a bad combo. Like, it prevented Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, from being completely dead in my hand if I drew it outside of my normal draw phase, or if I started out with it in my opening hand. So if some of you guys wanna go ahead and take this option, and feel free to go ahead. And the combo's actually not that bad, but like I said, I don't run it right now in my current build because giving up 2 extra deck spaces that I desperately need is not really worth it just to run this one card. Alright guys, that's really going to be the end of this video, and like I said, please comment, rate it, and if you like what you see, subscribe for more content, and I will see you later.